How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing really well, thank you. I've been sick for a few weeks now. I had like
wow.
fever for a few days, so last night I was a little bit worried how it's gonna be, but now I'm feeling much better. And anyway, like Ensiferum as a band, we're doing really well. We are working with new songs all the time. Next week, between these shows, because we had to divide this tour to 2 weekends. Next week we're gonna do first proper demos already for the new songs. So.
Oh wow!
So that's really.
I was gonna ask you that.
Okay, shame on me. But anyway, that really raises the spirit.
Yeah.
And I was listening to like live demos. We just played the songs this week in rehearsal room. They sound so good. So already next week we're gonna record everything like more professionally and start doing vocals. So we are in really good schedule because we're planning to hit the studio. I'm sorry if I spoil your question.
It's okay.
We're gonna hit the studio in next, I think September.
Yeah.
So we are definitely in schedule, at least once. It's always that we run out of time.
Yeah, so you're making something happen. You're excited to tell us.
Yes.
Yeah. You finished Heidenfest last October, and now you're doing this Finland tour winter 2013 with Teresa's and Battle Beast.
Yeah, no, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
How did you spend your months away from touring?
At home. And of course, everyday stuff. But also because I write the lyrics pretty much. Well, of course, everybody in the band can write the lyrics. I'm not like an asshole who says, I want to write all the lyrics. But so far, since Victory's song, it's pretty much been me who's written all the stuff. So I've been also working with the lyrics, and now we have a few weeks kind of vacation also to after Heidenfest, not to think about any stuff and get like a breather.
Yeah.
And now that we get back to the rehearsal room, everybody's so full of excitement,
Yeah.
especially when things are progressing. The moment when you have spent like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or in our case it might be months, you struggle with certain songs and nothing happens. You just can't find any solution to make it progress. But like this week we got many songs. I think we have now 5 songs in excuse me, in a state that we can record demos. So that's already over half of the album. So we've been really productive. And I think the small break did really good.
This is a really good interview already. So 5 songs. What are you looking forward to on this short tour with Teresa's? How do you think it's going to be like?
Well, Teresa's guys are our old friends, so I know it's going to be a really nice, relaxed tour. And I'm really expecting to have good gigs, because I think we are 2 good live bands.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a selfish asshole, but that's how I feel if you think about the reaction from the audience. And compared to Heidenfest, where there was like, I think 8 bands in like the worst case evenings, don't get me wrong, but that's just too much, from my opinion. And Sammaslaughter was terrible. There was like 15 bands in one day in Sammaslaughter tour, yeah. I think that's way too much. But now we have only like 2 full sets from both bands. I think that's something that people can really, they can really give all they got.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks if you play, we're changing who's playing first and who's last.
Yeah.
Because it's a co-headlining tour. But if you're like the last band of the tour, when there's like at least 5 bands, usually people are tired, even though they are expecting you, but still they are obviously tired. They've been listening for metal music for like 6 hours already. But I know it's gonna be a really, really nice tour. Yeah. I was already laughing in the bus before, that when I was looking around me, there was people with laptops and cell phones, and people sleeping, drinking like carbonated water, and like, we're so grandpas nowadays. No alcohol involved. Well, of course, nobody really wants to start drinking 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. After the show, maybe we'll have a few drinks to celebrate this tour.
Well, you've been doing this almost 20 years.
Yes.
Just a few movies, right?
Mm.
Are the guys planning anything special? Perhaps another live anniversary DVD?
Yeah, we actually have planned for a DVD for 3-4 years already, and we already shot some material for it. And we had because we want to have something special, because the 10th anniversary was pretty amateur in a way. It was just a show, and there had been a lot of lineup changes. I just joined the band and Janne,
Right.
so I don't think it kind of gives a good picture of how we are as a live band, especially nowadays.
That's some
But
changes.
anyway, we had like an idea to have like a really good package for DVD that would also include a full long set, but also something really special. And we had like material from the beginning of Ensiferum. Markus has like the very first gig of Ensiferum, where back in '95, and do like a documentary, like a real documentary, and talk with the old members also. And so it would have been really nice, and also have like a special theme for a certain part of the documentary. I don't want to spoil it yet, because it might happen someday, so let's keep it a surprise. But anyway, when we introduced this idea to Spinefarm, our ex-label, obviously they liked it in the beginning, but then they started doing some calculations how expensive it would be, and nobody's buying DVDs anymore, so they said no, we can't do this. So let's see, maybe we win in a lottery or something and we do it ourselves.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. What about this other band you're touring with, Battle Beast? Have you heard anything about them? What do you think of them?
To be totally honest, I only heard like one song from them. I'm really, really lazy about listening to
I've
this.
just discovered them, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I know there's big hype around them.
Yeah,
I think they toured with Nightwish also, something like that. So
Just checked out some videos on YouTube. I liked it. She sounds like a female Rob Halford to me.
yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah. The idea of the band is really good.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna check them out in Oulu.
Yeah, no, you should. So how would you compare touring about in your own home country and outside of it? Maybe your likes and dislikes about touring here and outside the country?
Well, we don't tour so much in Finland.
Right.
This is really much if we do like 5 shows now. Like now.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's
Not the
always like I don't know what's the word. There's like more butterflies in your stomach when you play in Finland. It's kind of weird. I don't know. For the gigs itself, there's no big difference, because I think the fans have the same kind of mentality around the world. They are here to have a good time.
Yeah.
But like touring in Finland is not so. Well, don't get me wrong. We are really privileged, have like a bus and a trailer and good pre-sales and stuff like that. But compared to like Europe, you have like double-decker buses where you have your own bunks, and it's much more convenient. Now we're sitting there in a cold bus, but that's just something that you have to do when you tour in Finland. When you are in a certain level, you have to be big to have like really nice facilities. I don't want to sound like a princess. I really like this stuff, and I'm really glad that we were able to do this, because well, obviously, if you play in Finland, you can pretty much drive back home after the show if you want.
Yeah.
So that's a really big difference. It would be really nice to have a bigger fan base in Finland also, so we could do more shows here. And there's tons of festivals also in Finland, so it would be nice to do it here also. But on the other hand, it's a matter of if nobody likes you, then you go play where people like you.
Did you play at the middle this year?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. On this new release, your newest one, Unsung Heroes, what's your favorite song on there and why? Typical.
I actually listened to that album like a week ago. I haven't listened to it for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, I was walking with my dog in the forest. I was like, shit, I want to listen to some music, even though I enjoy the silence a lot. I was like, in a mood for listening to some music. I was like, okay, I might listen to the album just to, check out the sound, because now we're talking about the producer for the next album and, have like something to compare, the sound. And it was really funny to listen to the album, because I heard many things, we could have done so much better. Because when you play songs live, really play them live for hundreds and hundreds of times, then you kind of find the deeper essence of the song, and we should have done that differently a little bit, or not big things, small details. But I really love Celestial Bond. I know it's not so metal thing, but it's just so beautiful song, and I really love Laura's interpretation. She has a really beautiful voice, and that's a great song. But I'm really proud of the album. It's maybe there's one song too much. I just for the length of the album, because no album should be like an hour or something. It's really hard to make an album that it's really interesting from the beginning till the end. I think like 45 minutes is more optimal, because as a musician, it's really, at least for me and for us as a band, when we write an album, even though we haven't done like theme album so far, but still, so that there's like this drama throughout the album. So still, there's something to give in the end of the album. You just don't feel like, oh shit, I heard this kind of song already, so I skip it. I just leave the first two songs or something, to make it interesting, and so that people don't feel like that there's only like one or two hit songs and the rest is just bullshit, because that's not the case. We really, give blood and sweat and tears and vomit for every song. So that's quite a challenge. And that's also something I now realize. I couldn't say, if I would have to drop one song from Ensiferum, I couldn't say which one it would be, because there's really nice drama on that album. But just lengthwise, I think it's a little bit too long, maybe 5 minutes.
So, whose genius idea was it to do a cover of Bambaleo? Is it by any chance inspired by the comedic duo from Manicus?
Actually, no. I know. Yeah, I remember. I'm so old. Yeah, I remember them. I remember when I joined the band in 2005, and we were drinking with Markus, and he already then said to me, we were talking about good songs we could make covers out of, funny song. And he was like, I really want to do a death metal version of Bambaleo. I was like, dude, really? Like, yeah, think about it. Like, okay, so maybe someday. And I don't know, we've been joking about it every now and then during all these years. And on last studio session we had maybe 4 or 5 ideas for a cover song, and we stayed in Petrak's studio for one weekend to make a decision and arrange the cover songs. And we tried a few songs. I'm like, okay, this is cool, but there's nothing like special in a way. It would be like metal version of X song. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Markus who said, hey, how about the Bambaleo? And everybody was like, let's try it. It just turned out to be pretty funny.
It works.
Yeah, and we kind of started with doing all the vocals first for that song, and it was really good, like insight from Healy, the producer, because it was a really funny song, and we had so much good time. We were laughing, so it kind of gave the studio session, like vocal-wise, really good atmosphere, really nice foundation in a way, where to start towards songs that are more difficult. So you kind of were in a good mood. So I don't know, was it intentional, but yeah.
Yeah, the Munsaro guys seem to like it too.
Really?
About that. Yeah.
Okay. I think it was Olli who said to me that he saw some post in Facebook today when we were driving that Ville Sorol was voted as number 42 in this list of heavy metal stars. Way to go, Ville! I really like Munsaro. you know, I don't listen to so many bands from this genre. Moonsoro and Tyr are pretty much the only one that I, you know, of course, I enjoy like Fintroll every now and then and Turisas, but you know, really listen to. And as a musician, there's so much thing going on, and I really like Moonsoro. I remember 2008 we were doing first Pagan Fest, and well, obviously there were 2 buses with us, Moonsoro, Eluvati, whoever. There was like, you know, all the friends, big family. And somehow Ville passed out in the wrong bus because we were sharing bus with Moonsoro, and and their bus broke down, and people were calling, okay, can you make it? They're like, no, bus is broken. And Moonsoro was like, okay, we have to be on stage like in 2 hours or something. And I was like, yeah, I know pretty much all your songs, so I can do it also. So I was like, listening to from my MP3 player, and yeah, oh yeah, this start from A. Okay, yeah. I was so nervous for that, but it was like maybe 30 minutes. I can't remember correctly, but it was really close before their showtime. Ville came, and they got the bus fixed, so I didn't have to do that double shift. But it would have been a nice experience, in a way, you know, to play with a band that you like so much.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, but I think for fans it was much better for Ville playing it.
No, because I was asking them if they would do any funny songs, and they said that they can't pull it off because they're the depressing band and you're the funny band.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of understand. It would, well, of course, they're Room the Bell Tolls, you know. You know, that's not so depressing version. I think it's, there's, you know, blink in the corner of the eye when you listen to Henno's vocals in that. I really like it. But yes, I agree, you know, if you have like certain mentality, or, you know, you made the decision, well, image, it sounds so raw. Sorry guys, with a band. It would be weird if Moonsoro would make like a cover out of Madonna or something. In a way. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just music anyway. You know?
Yeah.
You shouldn't take it too seriously, you know.
Right. What's your favorite Finnish alcoholic drink?
Finnish, lonkero, definitely. Lonkero.
Lonkero. No.
No, you don't know
I
that?
haven't had it.
Oh
I've
shit,
had
you have to.
chili
Vodka?
beer earlier today.
Okay, you have to take lonkero. I think
We'll
that.
have to think.
Yeah. It's the best. On one tour, I actually, I think it was still a bottom tour, because we started with the bus. We went to Sweden, so, you know, we went with this ferry, and not by flying. That's how we usually do. So I bought from the ferry a few cases of lonkero and had like one per evening. You know, just enjoying, you know, have something from back home.
Make it sound so good. I'll try that.
I like it when it's really cold, and it's really good summertime drink. And if you wanna, you know, fix your hangover, that's something that people use also for that. Not me. I don't drink. I don't have hangovers ever.
Okay, last one for you.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans and viewers of Power Metal?
I want to say thank you for making this possible. And I wish you all really happy end of the year, and stay tuned for more information about the new album. I think we're gonna try to pull out another studio diary thing like we did on the last album, and enjoy life. Cheers.